Welcome back to Outdoors with the Morgans. I am on the hunt for the perfect dump truck, the perfect one for me. A couple weeks ago, I stopped and looked at a F450 with a steel dump body. It was an XL, nice truck, but I have determined that it's not the right one for me. What I'm looking for is like a 15-year, maybe a 20-year dump truck that's going to do everything that I need. And I have discovered that there is a lot of different things to consider. So I'm on my way to Schultz Ford here now. I'm going to see what they have on the lot and also talk to them about possibly ordering a cabin chassis. Well, they got a lot of trucks on the lot. A lot of these fancy F-150s, the Black Widow, the Shelby. We're looking more for commercial vehicles. Here's a nice Mustang, the Dark Horse edition, $70,000. Nice looking car. Got a pretty wild looking Bronco here. Got carbon fiber fender flares. I don't know if this is a package or what it is. Looks like 37s on it. But you can't haul firewood or stone in either one of those. There's a nice F250 with a Western plow, spreader box, ready for winter. I don't see any cabin chassis out here. We're gonna head out back. All right, I'm on my way back from Schultz Ford. I went in and talked to Adam. That's the guy I bought my Super Duty off of. Nice guy, but it appears my options may be a little limited right now. They don't have any cabin chassis on the lot. They do have a few at their storage location down the road. One is a F550 white one with the gas motor, which is kind of what I'm after. The other's a red one with the diesel. It would be nice, don't get me wrong, but that's about another $11,000. And just running local, I think that 7.3 would be perfect for my needs. I'm not going to put a lot of miles on this, maybe 4,000 or 5,000 miles a year. And the other thing he told me was the UAW strike did hit the Super Duty plant. So if you want to order something, that's going to be delayed as well. Now, I'm not in a big hurry, and I'm actually more focused on the dump body than I am the actual truck. In other words, the options in the cabin chassis, as long as it has the gas motor, I'm not real particular about the rest of it, but I want to focus on the dump body. But right now, we're going to head to another dealership. I know they have a few on the lot there. We'll check them out, and then when we get back to the house, I'll kind of go over all of this and explain what my thinking is. All right, I'm at the other Ford dealer. Check this one out here. Crew cab, toolboxes, Zaresco dump body. It's nice, but definitely not looking for one of these. This is a 550 XL, $86,000. Definitely more than what I need. Now this one has the gasser in it. Aluminum tailgate. There's a red one over there. Let's go check it out. So this one is an XL, a 550 with the Power Stroke. $88,000. Too rich for my blood. Get in the truck here out of the noise. So the ones with the 7.3 gasser, the 550s, they have a 19,000 pound GVW. The ones with the Power Stroke, they're at 19,500 GVW. Now there's been some questions, and I've seen them in the comments about a CDL. Somebody said, several people actually said, if you're to get a truck like this, even an F450 at 16,500 pounds, that you could not pull my 10,000 GVW trailers. And I actually thought the same thing. That's why I was kind of looking at a 450. However, after some extensive research, because it's very hard to figure all this stuff out, at least for me it is, and it's very confusing. You can be over 26,000 pounds combined gross vehicle weight as long as the trailer is not over 10,000 pounds. In other words, with one of these F550s without a CDL license, you could drive that truck with my 10,000 pound trailer loaded up without a CDL. Now, I wasn't sure about that, but I looked it up and I still wasn't sure. And yesterday I actually talked to the state police motor carrier division, like the DOT guys, and he was actually very helpful, more helpful than anything that I could find online. So just to repeat myself, you can be over 26,000 pounds as long as the trailer is not over 10,000 pounds. So this is one of the reasons it's kind of confusing for myself and many others. This is off the Pennsylvania DMV website, but it says a combination of vehicles with a gross vehicle weight rating of 26,000 or more pounds, actually it's 26,001, provided, that's the key word, provided the vehicle being towed is in excess of 10,000 pounds. If it's under 10,000 pounds, you do not need a CDL, which kind of makes sense because like when you see a lot of tree service trucks, like chipper trucks, for example, a lot of them are right at 26,000 pounds, just under the CDL requirement, and they're pulling a chipper that is under 10,000 pounds. That's how they can do that. Like I said, I didn't know that, and the more I looked into this stuff, the more confused I got. But I tell you what, the whole CDL thing, I am kicking myself for not getting one when you could just get your CDL. If you don't know this, everything has changed the last 2 years. In order to get a CDL license now, you have to go to a special school, and this isn't a 1 or 2 day thing. This is weeks on end, and it has to be one of the approved schools that will prepare you to take the test. And everything has changed. It's not an easy thing to do. And it got me thinking, everywhere I'm at, like, I order a lot of stone. I do. Or the other day we had concrete delivered to the cabin. Every time I have stone delivered or concrete or anything like that, the drivers, I would say at least 7 out of 10 are over 60 years of age. And what I'm getting at is eventually these guys are going to retire, and they make it nearly impossible for just an individual or a small business. I mean, not impossible, but very difficult. A lot of people, myself included, I can't take a month or a month and a half off to go to CDL class, and I think it costs like $5,000 or $6,000 to go to these things. It's all about the money, you know what I mean? They're probably in cahoots with whoever, the lawmakers that say you have to go to these schools. But yeah, they make it very difficult for the private individual and small business. These real big companies, they can bring people in from who knows where and just send them to these classes. I even heard, I can't confirm this, but they'll teach them in different languages and things and get guys their CDL licenses to make them legal. But I don't know, it's crazy out there. Everything changed just 2 years ago. I'm curious, let me know in the comments what it's like in your state. And if anyone out there is very familiar with this, please leave a comment, because there is so much confusion about this. Matter of fact, I talked to Tom Haas the other day when we were down in West Virginia about this, and I said, yeah, you got to go to class and stuff. He said, no, you don't. He said, because Steven, his one son, got his CDL. And I said, how long ago was that? And it was about 3 years ago, before everything changed. And but yeah, it's a long process and a costly process. So my whole thing is, I don't have my CDL, and I'm trying to get the most truck and the most capability I can to be under CDL. And as far as like my skid loader or excavator goes, no matter how you shake it, I can't haul those legally, like to West Virginia or anywhere else. You know, maybe if you had a 3/4 ton pickup truck and they made a trailer that was like 800 pounds, maybe, you know what I mean? But they're just too heavy to be under a CDL requirement. And, you know, I could have got ones like a KX33 or something like that, or the 40 would be real close to be able to haul that, but it wouldn't do what I needed on the property. And I was hoping there was a way where I could haul that stuff down to West Virginia. But most of that work is done anyway. I needed the excavator, so I was renting them down there for clearing trees and things like that and digging out stumps. But moving forward, I can get away with just hauling a tractor with, you know, this truck or the Super Duty or a dump truck when we get one of those. I'll be able to haul like the MX 5400 on my deck over trailer. Matter of fact, someday here in the near future, I'm going to take that deck over trailer and the Super Duty. I'll weigh the truck first, go to the CAT certified scales. I'll weigh it with just the trailer, and then I'll weigh it with the tractor and some attachments on there and see where it's all at. Because the other thing is tongue weight. You know, if you get pulled into the scales, how much weight is actually on the trailer, how much weight is on the tongue of your truck, and there's a lot to think about. There really is. So I want to get this all figured out. I've had people tell me I should just get old Blueford, you know, fixed up a little bit to pull my stuff. That would be great, but you would never see me again unless I can upload videos from jail, to tell you the truth. They would love to see that headed down the road, pulling a trailer or just driving down the road. The truck is almost 50 years old. It's got a nice strong motor in it, 3208 CAT, but that truck is for one thing only, and that is just moving dirt on the property. It can't go out on the road. But so far, that's where I'm at on the dump truck thing. With the UAW striking, I may just go ahead and order exactly what I want and start working on the dump bed, because it's going to take a while. Realistically, I mean, I got all my firewood deliveries done for this year almost, and I have the dump trailer. So I'd like to have something for spring, summer, and next fall. So I may order a new XL 550 and start working on the dump body. And what I was thinking about the dump body is this. I would like to have something that the sides fold down. That way it would make it much easier to, you know, load a few logs with the forks or put pallets or lifts of lumber, things like that in the truck. I've also been looking at aluminum body dump trucks. I just want to make sure the supports underneath of them are close enough that, you know, the bed's not going to get all banged up over time, you know, dumping load after load of firewood in it. With a 550 and a 19,500, or let's say 19,000 with the gasser, truck's going to weigh in around, with an aluminum body, probably right around 9,500 pounds. Which would mean you could probably haul close to, if not 5 tons of material, which that's quite a jag of dirt or rock in a little dump truck, you know. And some people say, why don't you just get a bigger dump truck, like a 750 or something like that? But for firewood deliveries and getting in and out of places, a 550 cab and chassis is what I'm looking for. No crew cab, no extended cab, nothing like that. Just a nice compact package that will hold a lot of material. There's another look at that 550. All right, so I just got back to the house, but I wanted to show you this. The leaves are still hanging on, and they just look absolutely amazing. I think this may be the last good week though. Next week, it's supposed to get down into the 40s, low 40s for a high. And these things will be hitting the ground pretty fast. The oaks, you can probably see over there, they're just kind of starting to turn. But if it gets real cold next week, I think that'll be about it. But anyway, that is the story on the fall colors, and that's the story on the dump truck. I think my best bet is to just order an XL with the 7.3 gasser and start looking at dump bodies. There's 3 companies, Truckcraft, Super City, they will build whatever you want, and Zaresco. But what I'm looking for in a dump body, like I said, something that folds down on the sides, and also something that I can put a lot of sideboards on both sides and across the back. And I'm considering an aluminum body if I can be sure that you know, it's not going to get all banged up. If any of you guys have something like that, feel free to send me an email if you don't mind. outdoorswiththemorgans@gmail.com. And also let me know if you are knowledgeable on the subject, this whole CDL thing, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. I'm 99.9% sure you could have a 19,500 GVW truck and pull a 10,000 pound or less trailer. 99.9% sure. Now the DOT numbers, all that, that's a whole nother story for another video, but I think that's about it. Appreciate y'all being here, and I will catch you on the next one.